I was born here in Tallahassee, actually grew up on the hill up from Doak Campbell Stadium. It was 50 cents for an end zone ticket. And I was 8 or 9 years old. I can remember being out on the football field running around with Lee Corso. So there was never any question that I would go anywhere else. It was more a question of what would I study when I got there. I graduated from Leon in 1966, and of course it was the height of the Vietnam War, and I just knew that I wasn't ready to go to Florida State, and I wasn't ready for college. So the Marines had a 2-year program with 4 years of full GI Bill paid, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. What I didn't realize necessarily was that I was going straight to Vietnam. I was stationed in Da Nang, spent 13 months actually out west of Da Nang in an area called Happy Valley. And it was really my first exposure to any leadership role. When you're 19 years old and you're in a combat situation, you really don't have any understanding necessarily of what leadership is. We're trying to survive. We're trying to be smart about what it is we're doing. And if we understand those things better than the people around us, we naturally become a leader. And because they have respect for us, they follow those actions. When I came back from Vietnam, I enrolled in Tallahassee Community College, got my Associate of Arts degree, and then moved to Florida State. Majored in accounting and graduated in 1974. The fact that I majored in accounting at Florida State is one of the smartest things I ever did, because as an entrepreneur, you really have to understand the financial dynamics of the firm. After I graduated, I took my first job as an accounting analyst. I just worked my way up through various jobs, always in the financial world. And in 1987, I was appointed president of a company called HCI. In 1989, I saw an opportunity to purchase the company. And so I purchased the company along with 2 other partners in 1989. What we do at Syntec is we produce technology, including computer, software, firmware, and hardware to support the petroleum refueling industry and retail refueling. When we acquired Syntec back in 1989, it was about a $3.5 million business. We wanted to grow that, and over the years, we've grown. I think our highest revenue year was about 2 years ago at $42 million. Our budget this year is about $38 million. We have about 190 employees, and we have managed to acquire and maintain over 7,000 customers, many of which are worldwide. We do all of the Department of Defense's ground-based refueling all over the world and all over the United States. I got married in 1979 and have been married to my wife Doris for 37 years. And we have 3 children, and all 3 of the children are now working for me in the business. We have developed, I think, a very good culture, and it's a culture of success. And I want to see it continued, and I think the best way to continue that would be to continue the family ownership of the company, and that's why my succession plan was built around turning this business over to my kids. My motivation to give back to Florida State University is really driven by my success and the desire to see others benefit from that success. That's why we have supported the engineering school, the Seminole Boosters. But of course, my biggest emphasis and focus is on the business school, because that's where I think my success came from. I expect that we will, over time, probably make further donations to the school because we believe in the mission. My business partner, Dave Oglesby, and I kind of figured, well, if the business school will put up with us, we ought to give something back to them. And now they are putting up with all three of my kids. So I owe them.